In Health Watch, officials in Newark, New Jersey are raising concerns about the city's water supply. Bottled water is now being handed out after high levels of lead were found in the city's tap water. Thousands of Newark residents are now being asked to use bottled water for cooking and drinking. Don Dahler has more.
High school history teacher Yvette Jordan and her husband Frank are among thousands of Newark residents urged to use bottled water until further notice, because recent tests by the EPA showed that 38,000 water filters handed out by the city might not be effective in removing lead from Newark's water supply.
We had our water tested, and it's 3 times the federal action level. So that's upsetting.
Newark is catching up to a problem it's reportedly denied for more than a year. But its mayor, Raz Baraka, says the water giveaway is out of an abundance of caution.
The test that was performed in only 3 homes, which we believe is a very small sample size.
The lead is suspected to be leaching into the water from old pipes in predominantly lower income and minority neighborhoods. The National Resources Defense Council, which is suing Newark for violating federal safe drinking water laws, estimates 30 million Americans drink community water that contains lead, and 5.5 million get water that exceeds the EPA's maximum levels.
We need to make some investments in fixing our lead contamination problems. They've been with us for decades, but they continue to haunt us, and they are threatening children across the country.
And you're concerned about that for your students?
I'm extremely concerned for my students, yeah. Water is a human right. Fix it.
And Don Dahler joins me now. Don, what is the city doing to fix the problem?
Well, I can tell you what the city wants to do, and that is to replace all of those lead service pipes that are leading into these neighborhoods and schools that are the problem. They want to upgrade the water treatment system as well. The problem is, the mayor estimates it's going to cost $70 million. This is not a wealthy city, as you know. So the mayor has personally asked President Trump for some federal assistance.
Well, where did this problem start? How did levels of lead become so high in the city's water?
Newark is it's an old city, and so a lot of the infrastructure is aging, and a lot of these pipes are lead. And what happens is, if the water isn't treated correctly, it has a corrosive effect on these lead pipes, and the lead leaches into the water. It happens here, it has happened in Flint, it has happened in other cities around the U.S. It's just a problem with aging infrastructure.
So what kind of advice is the city giving to its residents regarding the use of bottled water versus the filters they've been giving out?
Well, we should note that Newark is a city of 285,000 people, and this isn't affecting everyone. It's affecting certain neighborhoods, particularly neighborhoods that are serviced by one particular water treatment plant. That is where they're finding a lot of the lead in their testings. So what the city is telling these people, at first they gave out about 38,000 of these filters that you screw onto your tap, and said that should get rid of 99% of the lead. Well, they did some recent tests, the EPA did, and they found out that it's not getting all the lead out. So now they're saying people who got those water filters should be using bottled water for the foreseeable future until they get things sorted out, until they get the water system here fixed.
All right, Don Dahler reporting from Newark for us. Don, thank you.
Sure.